And welcome back to the DonBest.com studios. Pat Williams, Brian Blessing, Todd Furman. We're picking 9 NFL games, gentlemen. Let's get right to it. How about St. Louis and New England in Wembley Stadium? We got New England 746.5. As long as that dreaded hook don't jump on the other side of the 7, I'm going to take New England, lay the touchdown. I don't think St. Louis can score enough points.
I'll book your action here. I'll take St. Louis. They made the trip over on Monday.
I'll book your action right at the start of the video.
Right at
the very first game, you're going to book my action.
I'm more than happy to, and I think it'll come up a few times later on with the 8 other picks after this. New England not treating this game nearly as seriously as St. Louis. They're leaving much later in the week. I expect the Rams to give the Patriots all they can handle.
Look in the sky. Haley's Comet's going over. I agree with Pat Williams. It's time for New England.
I can cash my
good
ticket.
old-fashioned blowout. They've been winning every.
Cash my ticket right now. Then fading you guys.
Believe.
Cash my ticket.
What if the weather? What if it gets wet there, which happens, more often than not? Advantage either side.
The Rams run the football with Steven Jackson 18-plus times. This team does nothing but win and cover. They're going to stay committed to the ground game. Keep Tom Brady and company on the sidelines. Who knows what we're going to get with the Patriots? They don't show up in the fourth quarter lately. They do enough just to win. They're not blowing anybody out.
St. Louis' best player is their field goal kicker, the kid with the Z in his name. If it rains, it hurts him.
Tennessee hosting Indianapolis. Tennessee 3.5, 46.5. Gentlemen, last 14 times these two teams have met. 12-2 to the under. Their defenses are really bad. I think I'm going to go over in this game.
You know how much confidence I have in the Titans as favorites? 0. I'll lean with the Colts and take the 3.5 points.
Haley's Comet just came by. I agree with Todd. As long as the hook's in play.
You're going to have to agree with one of us somewhere along the way in this video.
Yeah, I know. I like as long as the hook's in play. Buffalo gave Tennessee the game.
Chris Johnson over under 40
Two plays, 2 runs.
Over under 40
2 runs. He had 2 big runs. Other than that, the guy averages 0.6 yards a carry.
Green Bay hosting Jacksonville. Green Bay 15.5, 45.5. Looks like a trap, smells like a trap. I'm going to lay the points with Green Bay. I think they score. Look, this will be a great team bet. I wonder what the team total is going to be in this game.
Green Bay has no interest in this football game. They're professional football teams. Teams getting more than 14 points cover at an inordinate rate. The Jennings kid jumps in. Henne will be better with a week's worth of – he couldn't have been worse. I actually think Jacksonville kind of hangs around here.
I want no part of this game, but to call Jacksonville a professional football team may be a leap of faith. So let's slow down here with that.
Okay, are you going to be the guy who go, what would the line be if Oregon played Jack? It's a professional football team.
Oh, they're better.
Did you have a play on the game?
It's a bad
no play for me on this game. I want no part of it.
That's a P word in my estimation. Cleveland hosting San Diego. San Diego laying 2.5 on the road, 44. I'm going to take the Brownies on the money line.
Line tells a story in this game. There's a reason it's 2.5 and was bet off to 3. Trent Richardson upgraded to probable in this game, even if he can't go. Montario Hardesty there. San Diego Chargers, an absolute mess. I'll lean with Pat and take the Browns here.
Oh, boy. Everybody, all the sharps,
Wannabe sharps.
All the sharps are on Cleveland in this game. You know what? I know it's west going east, all that, but it's off a bye. You know what? Hardesty's got a bum knee too. Richardson's banged up with the ribs. Come on. I'll take San Diego. I'll take a shot.
Brandon Weeden to Josh Gordon, not once but twice.
Todd, when you're setting totals, these two quarterbacks have combined for 19 picks. Does that affect this total at all?
It all depends. You look at turnovers the same way you do weather. It can either lead to short fields or it can lead to teams turning the ball over in the red zone. So you're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Final note. San Diego, take your head out of your backside. Give the ball to Ryan Matthews 27 times. You win this game in a walk.
They're afraid of the glass man breaking. He carries the ball more than 5 times.
Detroit hosting the Seattle Seahawks. Detroit 243.5. I love this Seattle team at home or away. I love this defense. I'm going to take under in this game. I think it's going to be very low scoring. Oh, by the way, Seattle 6-1 to the under this season.
He's just talking to you. He never looks at me.
That's what I was going to say.
He never looks at me.
Youth before.
Go on.
I botched that, but I'm looking under in this game.
A shot. A kid took a shot. Good.
I'm looking under in this game, and I think Detroit gets back in the win column, something they've struggled to do this season. Nobody wants to bet them after what we saw Monday night. They'll be much improved on Sunday.
I'm not doing a cartwheel about this one. Just maybe pass is the way to go. I actually, if anything, I'm going to go against the odds makers here because these have been under teams. I think there's going to be points in this game. Seattle's defense, they get that big edge at home with the crowd noise. They won't have it here. I actually think there'll be points in this game. Detroit showed signs of life in that game against the Bears, even though they kept turning it over.
Chicago hosting Carolina. Chicago 7.5, 43. The Chicago D getting it done. Only allowing 13 points per game. Cam's a mess. Guys, anytime that the parent of an NFL quarterback has to fly in to give Junior a pep talk, I can never back that team. I think Chicago opens up a can on Carolina. The Cam mess gets messier after this game.
You're talking about parents, cans. I'm wondering Donovan McNabb along with Campbell Soup in this game, but that's completely irrelevant here. I'll actually take Carolina, take over a touchdown. I think the Bears come back to earth a little bit. They'll go through the motions. They'll do enough to get the win. But Cam Newton bounces back, has a little success against his vaunted Bears D.
Pass for me, unless, if the hook's still out there, it's Carolina. I think the game falls right around 7.
Pittsburgh hosting RG3 and the Washington Redskins. I love Washington plus 4.5 in this spot. Todd, where's that line end up?
See?
Where's it end up?
You know what? I actually think this number climbs a little bit. I'd be surprised to see 4. I think it stays in that 4.5 to 5 range. Not to cut Brian off here, but I'm looking at this game under the total. I think it's a bit inflated. You talk about poor field conditions at Heinz Field. Pittsburgh plays Temple there the day before. You could have rain in the forecast. That'll slow down RG3 and make this game a 23-20 type contest.
Once again, Pat is dead wrong. Washington plus what?
Plus 4.5.
You don't need the points. The Redskins are winning this game outright.
Wow. How about that?
Busy day booking this DonBest action.
Last but not least, least and last, Kansas City hosting Oakland. I have to pick between Brady Quinn and Pick 6 Palmer. That's my two choices.
No, you have to pick between Jamal Charles and McFadden. And you take the Arrowhead fans off a bye, and you take Charles over McFadden.
Oakland's dominated this series in Arrowhead, but I agree with you, Brian. I think Kansas City finds a way. Brady Quinn isn't an upgraded quarterback. He's a glorified game manager. But I think he goes out there, does enough to not make mistakes. Oakland coming off that near miss at Atlanta 2 weeks ago. Last week they needed overtime to beat Jacksonville. They may not get off the bus.
Oakland only averages 19 points a game. Kansas City averages 17. Their offenses are horrible, but their defenses are unbelievably bad. I'm going to go over the total. I think it's just a sloppy, turnover-filled mess. Over 41.5.
Check your weather. It's that time of year.
All games.
Check the weather forecast.
Every game.
Right now, going through the Midwest, freezing rain and sleet. No, just check your weather forecast.
Yeah, all these plays are based on weather condition,
Yeah.
right, guys?
Yeah. True. If they all lose, they're based on weather, and that's exactly what I'm blaming for losses. 100%.
The perfect storm's hitting. You don't want to play a game in Scranton, Pennsylvania this week.
Brian Blessing, Todd Furman, I'm Patrick Michael Williams. Good luck on all of your selections this Sunday in the National Football League.
P-Dub.
And we'll see you right back here next week with our NFL selections.
Wrap this thing up, will you?
At DonBest.com.
DonBest Sports, what you need to win.